So it was confirmed yesterday evening that Aaron Ramsey will be joining Juventus, the worst kept secret in the world. But what was kept a secret was the amount of money the guy is going to be on. Now, depending on what reports you read, some are saying £400,000 a week. Yes, you heard right, £400,000 a week. Other reports are saying more around the £250,000 a week. I read another one today that said he would get a £70,000 match bonus every time he played a game. Either way, it doesn't matter which one you believe. That is a load of money, a stupid amount of money. I get it, I do get it, I must admit. Obviously he's a free transfer, but I'm going to side with the majority of reports that say 400 grand a week. Now, £400,000 a week, all I've heard all day and all evening yesterday was, yeah, but that's before tax. And it's still 400 grand a week. Now, every single wage that's reported, whether it be in this country, Spain, Italy, Germany, whatever league it's in, they always report the figure before tax. So, for example, everyone says Alexis Sanchez is on 500 grand a week. That's before tax. So he'll be taking home about 270 after tax. Now, Aaron Ramsey, in my opinion, and this is only my opinion, there's a couple of ways you could look at this, but I'll come to that in a minute. In my opinion, the guy has played Arsenal like a fiddle, and his agent deserves a knighthood for getting him that much money. Because when you think about it, that is £80 million over 4 years. Plus he'll get a little signing on fee, maybe 5%, so there's another 4 million. His agent will probably get anywhere between 4 and 8 million, 5 to 10%. So we're talking about £90 million. Is he worth that? I don't think he is. He's a good player, I'll give him that, but for me, he is not in the bracket of the Mbappes and Neymars and Gareth Bales and Messis and them sort of players. He's earning double a week what Eden Hazard and Kevin De Bruyne and Kante are earning. Now listen, fair play to him. At the end of the day, if somebody came to me and offered me that sort of money, I'd be taking a run and jump to go and play with Ronaldo and Dybala and all them sorts of players as well. But, you know, I just look here and I just think that on the flip side of that, he was never ever going to sign a contract with Arsenal. Let's be real. Let's just all be real about this. He said over, I think it was when we played PSG in pre-season, we all remember when he's standing there smirking when he was asked the question, are you staying? Are you going to sign the contract? Oh, that's up to my agent, he was saying. So he knew full well from the whole time this has been going on that he was never going to sign a deal. Now, I get why he's not signing a deal. He's seen the likes of Ozil and Sanchez hold the club to ransom. Both do exactly the same. Otherwise, obviously, Ozil stayed, but Ozil got 350 grand a week out of us. Alexis Sanchez played the I want to get out of here card, I want to win trophies card, which meant that we then threw all the money at Ozil because we didn't want to lose them both, because that would have been a massive, massive PR fuck up by getting rid of both of them. So we had to keep the fans on side and keep one of them. Right, now Alexis wanted out, we got him out. Aaron Ramsey has then looked at that and thought, hold up, I'm coming into the last year of my contract. And they've played the club off and he's landed 350 grand a week. I think I'm better than him. I played better than him last season. I think I'll have some of that pie. He might not have wanted 350 grand a week out of Arsenal, but the fact that the offer was on the table for well over 6 months and he stalled and stalled and stalled and stalled tells you he was never going to sign that contract. Ivan Gazidis then leaves, Raul takes over, and we go, yeah, really? You ain't worth that. See you later. We're ripping that up. And that's why he's then gone and signed with Juventus. And like I said, fair play to him. He's going to, let's be real, a better team. He's going to get a shitload more money. He's playing with one of the best players of a generation, if not ever. fair play to him. He'll win a title next season, and he'll probably challenge for Champions League as well. So I get why he's leaving. Fully get that. I've said time and time again, more and more players will do this. They'll run their contracts down and leave for nothing, securing a massive bumper contract by signing on a freebie. Now, on the flip side of this, a bit of perspective. He's played for Arsenal for 11 years, and in that 11 years, I wouldn't say that he hit the heights that we all expected him to. Obviously, he's come through a nasty leg break, Ryan Shawcross. We're never going to forget that cunt for that. Nasty, nasty challenge, and all their fans still fucking lauding about it. But at the end of the day, for me, obviously, he scored 2 cup final winners as well. Chelsea and Hull City ended our 9-year trophy drought at the time as well. But for me, I'm not disappointed he's leaving. I'm not upset he's leaving, to be honest with you. In fact, I'm actually quite happy he's going, because this is another player for me that ain't hit the heights, that doesn't do it consistently enough. He don't want to do all the donkey work tracking back and getting a tackle in. He wants to do all the flair stuff up the other end of the pitch. And this is a new Arsenal now. And for me, I think that the new Arsenal don't require players that do it every now and again. And over the course of his career, I know people say he's got the most midfield goals for Arsenal and he's played 350 games for Arsenal or more than that. Fantastic, that's brilliant, and I wish him well in Juventus. But for me, he was nowhere near good enough, or hasn't hit the heights that I thought he was going to. But that's just me. I also think that, you know, like, I just look at it and I think that he had, in terms of actual seasons, where he hit the heights was the season where he got injured. And he was banging goals in left, right and centre, and he got injured at Christmas. So for me, he's only had half a good season. Yes, he's played fairly well, but if you look at last season, that was his second highest goal-scoring season for Arsenal in the league, and he scored 7 goals. His highest was the season he got injured, and he scored 10 goals. So in the league, over the course of his time at Arsenal, he's averaging 3 goals a season. Will Arsenal replace 3 goals? Of course they will. So I don't get why the fans have got the ump. I don't get it. It's not like we're losing a Van Persie or even a Sanchez. It's Aaron Ramsey, who's been inconsistent for years, and people have got this sentiment attached to him because firstly he's British. If that was Sanchez, he'd be a money grabber. I know he's gone to Man United and Aaron Ramsey's going to Juventus, but it all boils back to the same thing, money. And they both wanted more money. One of them's gone out the country, fair enough, cool. Maybe that's because no English clubs wanted him. Who knows? We don't know. But I just think that we can replace 3 goals a season. He averages about 3 or 4 assists a season. We can replace that 7 goals. It's not going to cost a great deal of money to go and replace an Aaron Ramsey, who clearly don't fit in the manager's system anyway. Now, this all springs back, if you go all the way back, this all comes down to our board completely screwing us over. Even Gazidis, Wenger and the board have all failed us. They allowed him, as well as Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil, and I know Ozil signed, but they allowed 3 of their players to... People might think I'm being a bit of a prick about it, but it's my opinion. I just think that the heights he hit that half a season was what Aaron Ramsey should be hitting more seasons than not. And he's done it half a season in 11 years. Yes, on his day he's good, but everyone has their day. It's how often you have your day. And for me, he doesn't have it often enough. Now, who do we replace him with? Obviously, we don't play a system that requires that type of player. We don't play a system that requires Mesut Ozil, hence why they've both not played this season. And that'll be another one I think that'll be going in the summer. But this time, we might get some money for him. But I wish him well in Juventus. And good luck to him. Listen, 400 grand a week, whether it's before tax, after tax or not, who cares? It's a fucking lot of money, and I see why he's taking it. But ultimately, the whole reason he took that is because he was never, ever, ever going to sign for Arsenal after seeing the likes of Ozil and Sanchez walk, especially Sanchez, walk out and get that money, and Ozil stay and get that money. And Arsenal ain't going to give Aaron Ramsey that sort of money, because if they did, and he had a bad performance, the fans would be on his case. And Arsenal were right not to give him anywhere near that sort of money. Even if they offered him 200 grand a week, I think that's too much. Because for me, he ain't a 200 grand a week footballer. Kevin De Bruyne is a 200 grand a week midfielder. So, you know, let's have a little bit of perspective here. Yes, he was a good player. Yes, he's scored 2 FA Cup final winning goals that I will never ever forget. Yes, he had half a great season scoring goals for fun. But ultimately, he hasn't been good enough for 11 years. That's my thoughts on it. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And obviously, if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel, like the content, and share it around. Until my preview for Bate Borisov that'll come out tomorrow, I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.